Hey folks, BlackCross here, and welcome to another of my collecting games series. Now, this is the video series where I normally talk about games that I've been collecting thus far, as well as like collectible game merchandise and stuff like that. And I figured for this video, because while I didn't get them all in a span of one day, they technically came from around the same time period of Black Friday. So this is basically my Black Friday video special, even though it's about 2 weeks late at this point. Sorry about it, but basically everything that I have gotten as of right now basically came from the same day as the Black Friday weekend. And I say Black Friday weekend because, well, I'll explain in just a sec. But first things first, you're probably going to be asking yourself, where's your hat? Well, allow me to explain something real quickly. One of the things that I actually got during the Black Friday was a certain clothing material items from GameStop. Now, a lot of people don't care much for GameStop, and I understand that, but here's the thing. GameStop's the only game store I've got in this town. I am so happy we have one. For years I've wanted a game shop, and we have one finally. It's not the best, I admit, but at least we've got one, okay? I'm willing to be happy. Until we get a Game Haven or a Game Exchange here in Crossville, which I highly doubt it, I will take whatever game shop I get. Even pawn shops and thrift stores, even though they're not the best ones, because prices are sucky. But that's not to say that GameStop is any different, no, but at least it's something, okay? I'll say that much, at least it's something. But aside from that, though, GameStop is normally open at 10 o'clock in the morning. Unfortunately, by that point, I'm usually already knocked out asleep on my weekday that I have to work. However, that particular Friday morning, and I say Friday morning because I worked that Thursday night, if you remember, which was a pain in the ass because the first 3-4 hours still killed me. But thankfully it slowed down the other half. I will say that much. Thankfully it slowed down afterwards, but that does not mean it was any different than any ordinary Black Friday night. It sucked. But anyway though, as we were leaving from work, heading over to visit our mom and Wes, we drive by GameStop and we noticed that they were open. That's whenever I turned around and pulled into GameStop. So we stopped into GameStop, which thankfully they were completely empty. But with 3 employees and them open that early, I was going to take the chance to actually go in there and see what type of deals they had for Black Friday. And they had a deal on their collectible items where whatever collectibles you get would be 25% off so long as you purchase their GameStop bag, the little shopping bag thing. Which for $2, depending on the merchandise, 25% off, that's not a bad deal. Especially when you consider the fact that technically I saved a total of $8 through collectibles doing it this way. So give $2, I ended up saving $6 total with my total purchase. Which, honestly, that's not bad. I like that fair trade. Especially depending on what I've got. Because first off, I got me a Kingdom Hearts beanie. An official Kingdom Hearts beanie to be precise. I was like, you know what, I don't have enough official Kingdom Hearts merch. And by official, I mean besides figurines, of course, clothing material-wise. Square Enix doesn't really have a large lineup of those. I have to rely on fan service to provide those for me. But I'm always happy whenever I get something like this. And especially if it's a Kingdom Hearts beanie, I will take it. Honestly, I actually like it too. It's very soft too. I love this thing. It's so freaking awesome. I'm a happy gamer. But aside from that, I also got me a pair of socks. PlayStation socks, to be precise. I've already worn them already, so if they seem a little wrinkly, that's because I've already worn them. So, yeah, I've got me official PlayStation socks. They had another set, but they were black with the button looks, you know, the X, triangle, circle, and square looking one. So if it was between this and that one, I picked these because they just looked cooler. Plus, kind of reminiscent to the PlayStation 1 feel. So, in all honesty, I liked them. So that was from GameStop Black Friday, and in case you're wondering, yes, Daniel did get himself something. He got him Mario plus Rabbids for the Nintendo Switch. He got him, I forgot what the game was called, but it was for the, I believe it was for the DS. I want to say it, but he got that one, and then he got him, since we were getting one, Sunset Overdrive, and they had their buy two get one free. So by the time he got the 3 games, the Sunset Overdrive, which was for $6, came in for free. So that was a good deal on our part. So that being said, later on that day, I went back to Walmart, and they had one left over. Now, record, this was a clearance item. This wasn't really a reduced price for Black Friday. This was on clearance, but I figured, you know what? For $20 practically, I've been wanting to pick up this game, so I ended up getting it. I got Project X Zone 2. I played the first one some time ago, and I've been needing to pick up the sequel, and I never had a chance to pick it up until finally now. So, can't wait to delve into this one, because Project X Zone was really, really good. And if you like tactical strategy games, this series is a really good game to get into, especially since it's crossed over with a lot of different titles. Some from Capcom, some from Konami, some from Bandai Namco, and I can go on the list. There's like Devil May Cry, Dot Hack, Mega Man, Resident Evil, Tekken, Street Fighters. In this one, Yakuza as well as Phoenix Wright has been added onto it as well. And there's even more characters added onto it. And from the way the back looks, it looks like it features some from Fire Emblem. That's what it is. It features characters from Fire Emblem. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to playing this one just to see how it turns out. Now, with that being said, at the same time, during the Black Friday sale, they actually had one on sale for, I think, if I'm not mistaken, about $40-$60 cheaper than their normal pricing is, which we got it for like $180. And that is the Xbox One. Me and Delmar had been wanting to get an Xbox One for quite some time. The only reason why we hadn't gotten one sooner was because of 2 reasons. Number 1, we were waiting on the release of Cuphead. That was the only game so far that we wanted to have played on the system was Cuphead. Now, record for Delmar, it was a couple of other things, but for me personally, it was definitely Cuphead. And there was one other one, but of course, if we all remember that one got canceled, unfortunately. I really wish it wasn't canceled, because it looked like it was going to be an interesting and fun, unique experience. But unfortunately, it got canceled. But we finally got an Xbox One. It came in about 2 days before its expected arrival, which was December 1st. We actually got it the following Wednesday, and we ended up playing it that following Thursday morning after getting it all fixed up and everything like that. So, and in terms of playing through Cuphead, which we purchased on the same day that we got it fixed up and everything, I think as far as I can remember, I want to say I'm about 30% of the way through Cuphead as of right now. Now, I know some of you are going to be asking, are you doing a Let's Play of that one? I think in mine and Delmar's case, for right now, we're just going to leave it alone. Now, if enough people ask me and Delmar to do a Let's Play of Cuphead, we will try our best to do that. But depending on the person, I'll ask Daniel about it if for some reason you guys ask it. But if enough people ask, I'll ask Delmar if he wants to do it on his channel or my channel. Whichever one comes up, I will release an update telling you guys if we plan on doing a Let's Play series of Cuphead. But me and Delmar, for the most part, we're both wanting to actually play through the game at our leisure. And I know for Delmar's case, he has not picked up the game whatsoever. Well, let me rephrase that. He doesn't know anything about Cuphead, with the exception of what it technically is. And as for me, I have seen Tears of Grace play it on his channel. And it's a good thing I did, because those bosses alone are hard enough as it is. So I figured, you know what? I'm still going to be experiencing the challenge as it is. I'm going to love the art style. I'm going to love the gameplay. Just because I get spoiled by what the boss is going to be like, that's not going to ruin the experience for me. And thank goodness it did not ruin the experience. The challenge enough alone is enough to get you stuck into it. And the art style. If you love the 1930 art style, if you love run and gun game, and if you love the difficulty jump that this game has, you have no reason to turn this game down. And from what Cat Icarus says, I can confirm it too. It is well worth it to get an Xbox One. Now, record, technically you can set up a Microsoft account on your PC and download it from there. But you know me, I prefer my console rather than the PC. So that's just me personally. But yeah, we finally have an Xbox One. I finally am playing through Cuphead and I'm loving the heck out of the game. But that's not all I've got. From another company, Square Enix, I have been officially enlisted into their rewards program and everything like that. And I tend to shop from Square Enix from time to time. Of course, you guys should know this by now, otherwise I wouldn't have gotten the Final Fantasy 15 figures as well as the Kingdom Hearts characters that I've gotten thus far. So with that being said, there were 2 things that I got, plus an additional third one, but technically the only thing I paid for that one was the shipping and handling that came with it, but that aside the point. The point is that I have officially gotten 2 games and one other thing in the process of Black Friday. So for starters, I finally broke down and got me Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 for the PS4. I know what I've said before, I see no reason to pick up another title that I have already gotten multiple copies of, but I'm not going to knock down the idea of replaying through Kingdom Hearts again in a different platform. I mean, here's the thing, and I can guarantee you there's a number of people who have vouched for me. If you love a series as much as I do, and Delmar as well, he has a series he loves, I have a series that I love, you're not going to turn down another copy of one of your favorites. I guarantee you, I have seen worse exceptions. I am pretty sure I am just one example of the worst case scenario. And just because of the fact that I have gotten the original version as well as the PS3 version, and now the PS4 version, there's nothing wrong with having an extra copy. The way I see it, I get to play all 4 games, or if you want to be more specific, 6 games, on the PlayStation 4, and I don't have to worry about switching consoles. I can just play them all on the PlayStation 4, and even when Kingdom Hearts 3 finally comes out, which will be on the PlayStation 4 obviously, I will have them all on one console. So that's very nice to have. But along with that nature, if you know, my physical collection for Final Fantasy is slowly growing. And I say slowly growing because I am missing a couple of physical versions that I'm needing. This is minus the fact of Final Fantasy 14 and Final Fantasy 11, which I might end up getting them, but that's at a later date, at a later time. But I decided to actually get this because they had it at half price, being that at $7. I decided to pick up a physical copy of Final Fantasy 9. And yes, as much of a shock as it is, this was brand new from their store shelves inside of their warehouse. Who knows how long it was in there before it finally came to me. But I've got the official physical version of Final Fantasy 9 brand spanking new. So this is pretty cool. And yes, technically I have it for PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 as of right now, but I have a physical version, and I like my physical versions. I can't help it if I'm nothing crazy. Anyway though, one last thing to show off before I end the Black Friday special. Like I said before, I am enlisted within a Square Enix reward program, which if you purchase certain things and stuff like that, you will be earned a number of points based on what you get. There's points for every item that you purchase. There's even points for, like, say, your first Final Fantasy purchase, your first Kingdom Hearts purchase, your first Play Arts purchase, your first jewelry purchase. The list goes on as to what type of rewards you're going to get. And this time, I decided to pick this one versus another one. I thought about it and I was like, do I really want to get the World of Final Fantasy Grimoire book? And then I was like, where would I put that big-ass pop-up book? I mean, as awesome as that would be, where would I display it at for the time being? And I'm like, for the time being right now, I'll hold off on that one. If I get enough points built up, I'll probably get that if they don't have something else by that point because of what Kingdom Hearts 3 is about to come out, I say Square Enix might reveal like an extra stuff to add to the rewards program, but for the time being, I ended up breaking down and getting this one, being that of the Final Fantasy Type 0 summon cards themselves. And if you don't know, on the back of them, it has the same design that Ace would have when he would use the cards in battle. These are the official summons from that game, from Inferent, Shiva, Odin, as well as Bahamut and Diablo. Which, if you want to get a closer picture or a closer look at them, I'm about to do it right now. As you can clearly see, they're right here to be displayed. I'm actually thinking about I plan on actually printing out a little sign in the middle that indicates Final Fantasy Type 0. And that way it kind of stands out a little bit just like the rest of it does. So I'm going to look forward to doing that whenever I get a chance to. But yeah, I'm glad that I decided to get this set because it looks freaking cool. And I told myself I kind of need to get more Final Fantasy merchandise. I mean, I've got a lot of Kingdom Hearts merchandise, Star Wars merchandise, a couple of God of War, Pokemon, Star Wars, Gundam, Guardians of the Galaxy. But I decided to give me some extra Final Fantasy merchandise, and especially since it's coming from the main Square Enix rewards program, it just looks cool. Plus, I was originally going to have them setting out long ways and stuff like that, but this wasn't wide enough. But then I looked at it and I was like, let's do it this way, and I actually like this way better. All honesty, I really do. It looks nicer. It looks nicer. But that's it for my Black Friday special game collecting series. I hope you enjoy what I've been doing so far. Let me know in the comments below what you think about my collection so far. And if you found anything interesting during your Black Friday special, if you wanted to do that, that's fine by me. But until then, this is all, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, this is BlackCross signing off. Take care, guys.